Morning and welcome. Apologies about the bright light. There have now been two major inventions that I have consciously pushed out to the public sphere. And I have seen these two inventions, or two blueprints for a device, uh, produce two reactions from the world in terms of inventions. And it is very interesting. One of them was the nuclear Stirling engine. After its publishment, after a while, the Russians turned it into the rocket that may live flying the atmosphere forever. Now, you don't have to be a genius to know what that means for the space age in terms of thrust. Now, the other invention is taking your standard pellet form fusion power plant and lining it with heat sinks and Stirling generators. That idea has produced a publication on the West that a major breakthrough in fusion technology may enable us to start producing fusion power for the grid in 5 years. I have seen the 5 years mentioned in two or three different sources, and that is what I'm looking at. So, if these two inventions do not cause a cataclysmic reaction, which I hope they won't, we are looking at a space age, a very cheap space age. Now, I believe the main problem based on looking at the Russian field experiments, because you can trust the Russians to make very public and very, how do I put this, interesting field experiments. If you have a piece of technology in the West, the Russians will like orcs copy it to something that is just as good. They may only build five of them because they prefer their own shit, but they will prove their point. It's almost no matter what product the West does, the Russians prove that they can produce them if it comes down to it. But for now, we'll be doing cars and perhaps oil. If you specifically don't trade us something, then we'll put our primary focus into making that domestically available and then get back to our primary focus, which, as a Russian, is not to compete with the West. Oi. Yeah, guys, do you. We'll just explore and enjoy your entertainment. That's why we're here. You know. So yeah, those two inventions. If, based on the Russian field experiments, the main problem is the heat generation amount, if that is indeed the primary problem with the device, then we are looking at primarily scaling it down instead of scaling it up, which means it's already more efficient than what would be, needed to explode on its own. So we have to scale it down very, very far. But it actually works. It means if it works in the atmosphere and you get, say, 10,000 hours of flight time, and you can turn it off. And not have the energy run to the rear of it, and it doesn't explode, and still like you can take it to its height and turn the engine off and glide for like 15 minutes and then turn the engine on, because that's very relevant later on. Then it's very good. Then all you need to do is know how to turn it on and off again and strap it onto your space shuttle. Then you're ready for a Mars journey. Then you'll be at Mars in record fucking time, and you don't have to wait for a gravity slingshot. Like proper alignment, you can just go like, am I gonna go to Mars now? This produces 4 Gs of thrust. Okay, thank you. To an airframe the size of a small single-person aircraft, fitted to be not an aircraft but a spacecraft, and those engines. Now everybody knows how it was designed, what its key working component is, and that it's not patented to the Russians. That's the point. Their particular technological evolution, which will be known as their market version of it, knowing that they were the first to actually build it, will be their patent. That's what we talk about with patents. The proper patent, I believe, would be you going to the patent office, describing an invention and what you need to build it. Then they build it with you. They go, look at all the guys that they have contacts and say, you want to buy this thing? That should be the patent office. The more they like your idea and the easier it is to build, the more they'll give you in the shares after the guy buys it from you. Then you'll think about mass production. That will be the first prototype and you'll have all the relevant patents and such. But it'll be out there. A very important part about patents is that they have to make it out there. It's a very important part about it. If it's just in a file cabinet somewhere, it ain't a patent. It has to be out there. And for a good patent, it has to be kept being pushed out there. That's why they expire after a while. Which is why you should always build the device and consider the mass production and sale of the device to be the patent. And always build on your own based on what other people are doing naturally. Find it. So just do. Yeah. Anyway, those things on a space age. If these two, I may take a 20-year break from publishing technology. That is all.